Since the beginning and all over the world, individuals have detailed sexual contact with all way of heavenly creatures. Numerous individuals except sex devils were resulting from a need to clarify away subjects that were commonly viewed as untouchable. As a general rule, things, for example, sudden pregnancy, premature birth and wantonness were met with outrage and mistreatment. Accordingly, society concocted various legendary animals, 10 of which are tuned in beneath. 6. Lilu. Jewish old stories recounts Lilu, a devil who visits ladies while they rest. His female partner is Lilin. These devils were a specific wellspring of nervousness for moms since they were known to abduct youngsters. Ardat Lily was another succubus who might visit men around evening time to guarantee the continuation of her evil race. The incubus was Erdi Lily, who might visit human ladies to guarantee they would create his posterity. 5. Lydik. In the northern locales of Hungary there was said to live an animal called the Lydik, or Ludvek, Lukver, or Ordog, relying upon the area. It hatches from the primary egg of a dark hen, and is regularly said to stow away in individuals' pockets. It enters its casualties' homes through the keyhole. Once inside, the Lydik shapeshifts into a human, frequently appearing as a dead relative of the expected casualty. It assaults its casualty, and afterward makes the house grimy before withdrawing. A few reports state that Lydik gets connected to its casualties and never leaves. The Lydik can be exorcised by either fixing it inside a tree empty, or convincing it to play out a close to unimaginable errand, for example, conveying water with a basin brimming with gaps. It is regular even today for youngsters in Hungary to trample eggs taken from a dark hen, or leave the eggs on doorsteps to cause naughtiness. 4. Orang Minyak. In the 1960s countless young ladies were assaulted in a few Malaysian towns. The aggressor was portrayed as an exposed man, secured from head to toe with oil. Some said that Orang Minyak could seem imperceptible to non-virgins. Mass frenzy followed, and numerous young ladies of the district started wearing sweat-soaked, stinky garments so the Orang Minyak would confuse them with male and leave them be. Some hypothesize that the Orang Minyak was, truth be told, a standard human crook, who secured himself with oil to disguise himself against the night, and to make him particularly tricky to catch. Sightings of the sleek man have proceeded as the decades progressed, with the last locating in 2005. 3. Alp. Starting from Teutonic or German legends, an Alp is a little, mythical resembling animal who is said to have climbed onto a dozing casualty's chest, transformed into a fine fog and entered the body through the nostrils, mouth or vagina. Once inside, the Alp had the capacity to control its casualties' fantasies, making shocking bad dreams. Its casualties detailed a winded inclination when they awoke. This may have been an early clarification for rest apnea and other rest issue. 2. Angels. As indicated by the Hebrew Bible, the Nephilim were a race of Goliaths who came to fruition because of fallen heavenly attendants having sex with human ladies. Interpreted from the Hebrew content, Nephilim signifies fallen ones. Beginning 6-4 lets us know, presently Goliaths were upon the earth back then. For after the children of God went into the little girls of men, and they delivered youngsters, these are the relentless men of old, men of renown. The story of Nephilim begins with an account of Shemazau, a high-positioning holy messenger who drove a gathering of heavenly attendants to earth to instruct people to be honest. Throughout the hundreds of years a significant number of the heavenly attendants pined for human ladies, and in the end mated with them, making the Nephilim. This unholy association is said to have imparted and acquire insidiousness in the Nephilim, making them fit for horrendous sin. God was so nauseated by their reality that he requested the heavenly attendant Gabriel to touch off a common war among the Nephilim, which in the end prompted their elimination. 1. Aliens. A modern-day version of the incubi myth. There are countless cases of alien abductions, many with sexual undertones. Some reports suggest the use of an invasive anal probe, and others talk of a sexual union with the aliens themselves. 52-year-old jazz singer Pamela Stonebrick claims to have regular sex with a 6-foot-tall reptilian alien. My first sexual encounter with an alien was unlike any love-making I've experienced before, Stonebrick claims. It was so intense and enjoyable and, without wanting to get too graphic, he was so much larger than most men. I remember exactly how I felt when I saw him for the first time. I awoke from my sleep to find myself making love to what appeared to be a Greek god. At first I assumed it was an exceptionally lucid dream. But the sex was very intense, and as I closed my eyes I was overwhelmed by how comfortable I felt with this unknown being. The next time I opened my eyes he had transformed into a reptilian entity with scaly, snake-like skin. It was then I realized I was making love to a shape-shifting alien. Sensing I was scared, the reptile whispered, "We've always been together, we love each other." The orgasms were intense. When I tell men about my reptilian experience, they find it difficult. There are countless stories involving alien-human lovemaking. Antonio Villas-Boas of Brazil claims that, in 1957, he was abducted by aliens and put in a room with a beautiful, fair-haired woman and forced to mate with her. Howard Menger claimed to have regular sexual liaisons with Marla, a beautiful blonde woman from space who claimed to be 500 years old. In the 1970s, a 19-year-old girl in California claimed to have been gang raped by 6 blue-skinned, web-footed humanoids who attacked her after she watched the spaceship land.